Hi, this is Kevin with KGMJAM, owner of Pro Advertisers Club, a totally free site to advertise. Go to proadvertisersclub.com and join for free today and start advertising for free. This comic right here has caused more anguish or more panic attacks or you name it, all of the above in the last 48 hours. I saw it for the first time this morning, I think, when I went on the Veve platform, and here was this comic, and it was 0 of 8 left, and it just never heard about it. Don't know when they dropped it, but there it was. But anyway, comes to find out, hey, Veve fam, we're doing some testing in the app currently, so don't freak out. If you see a sold out top dog comment in the store, don't worry, you didn't miss a surprise drop as you were. Okay, I'm glad they verified that because it was a trip. But I, for a second, was thinking my explanation was going to be that maybe they gave it to 8 people who had owned every single comic on the platform. That's the best I could come up with, but that's a false alarm too now. So that is a Marvel comic, though, owned by Marvel. So maybe that's coming in the future. I don't know. But it was just testing. So tomorrow's Friday's drop. There's not a drop tomorrow in Veve as of right now. There's this one, and it's the first appearance of Moria McTaggart. And she was a very important character in the X-Men series. I read the X-Men series up until the 80s, the mid 80s, and then not until, like I was showing you yesterday, my Marvel Unlimited. That's I've been catching up on. But the numbers aren't out yet, so we'll have it tomorrow, probably 30,000, and ties in again with the Marvel, Disney Plus, and the Obi-Wan trailer's out, and it looks pretty good. I love, just like I said last night, that they're trying and they're going to hit some things and miss the others, and but at least we're getting content finally, like we haven't had over the past 30 years. NBA Top Shot has 2 drops tomorrow. I thought this one was yesterday or today, but evidently it wasn't. I must have misread it, or they changed it, or they had a problem. I don't. But anyway, it's tomorrow. You have to have a 4,000 collector score and 25 ticket moments that you turned in and burned. So that's at 10. That'd be 10, 11, 12. It'd be 1 Eastern time, and this will be at 3 Eastern time. This is the standard pack. This is what everybody qualifies for. I have 266, but you can do it with a zero collector score, CS. So, but I'm not going to burn any moments. I'm not going to buy a pack. I'm just going to see what happens, because they're saying about 500,000 moments are going to be burned. I want to see what they're burning, and because I got a lot of commons. that's pretty much what I was able to pull out of all the packs I opened. So that's tomorrow, if you're interested. They dropped this. I did not hear anything about it, but here it was today. And I hadn't been back in a few days. They might have dropped it in the last day or so, maybe today. But Tiger Woods, the ace, there's only 100 of them, and the cheapest one is 1,500. That's it right there. So already pretty expensive. Let's see what it looks like if I can open it up. If it will allow me. Let me close these. That will help. And yeah, let's do this. And now we'll open it up, and let's see what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty neat. And that's it. Okay, so that's over there on Autograph, DraftKings. So I'm going to make this short tonight, but I wanted to talk about Gary Vee. Everybody pretty much hears about him. I don't know him, terribly well, as far as other than what I've heard in the YouTube channel. You just hear of him if you haven't been following him. But he seems like he came from a family that had already done successful in the wine business, and his dad gave him the business. So people find fault. I don't find fault for that. I find fault for kids who take their family's business and run it into the ground. If you take the business and you at least maintain it, I think is a good thing. But even he seems to have a drive, and I admire that. But can you find things wrong with him? Who can't? Who can't you find things wrong with him? So I have no problem with the fact that he came from money. His family built it up, handed it to his son. He's still got it going. It's doing good. So what better could you ask for? So anyway, he gets a lot of dogging about that. But the reason I'm talking about him is because of his Recur site. Okay, and yesterday, Cody Thrive, he's got his own YouTube channel. He just got into Veve 5 months ago, maybe, and he's all in on it. But he's does a lot of stuff. He likes to make money, like a lot of us. And in his video, he talks about Gary Vee and Recur. And this is kind of the impression I've got of Gary Vee not being very knowledgeable about him. Was what this guy said. And basically, what he said was that Gary Vee came into Pokemon and gave some bad advice, and people bought some Pokemon cards and lost a lot of money. So he's not impressed with them, whatever. Well, you know what I got to say to that? Do not listen to other people. Do your own research. Period. That would be the perfect example of what you say was just true. Why you don't. You can use other people to listen to them and get the light shined on things to do your own studying. But if you want to be a lazy investor, you're going to get stung eventually. Uh, you might get stung on your own, but you're going to get stung because somebody's going to give some advice that ends up not being good advice. Whether that's the case or not, that's what he said. And then he came back and said this and then rebutted, and pretty much he admires Gary Vee. That wasn't from Cody Thrive. He's just responding. This was a comment uh, that he made to Cody Thrive's video. So let me make it clear. Cody Thrive is all in on Gary Vee, but this guy isn't. So then he replied after Cody Thrive built him back up that basically he still thinks the guy's incredible, but that he's just not sure he knows what he's doing type thing. Okay, well, let me bring you over here. He started up this Recur, and it's you got to pay a pass to be able to get in on it, and there's only ever going to be 70,435 Recur passes. Now, there's already that sounds great, right? And you can get them for like $500 now. You got them for 300 to start out with. They went up to 1,000. Now they're down to about 500, 400. But that means they're making like 70,000 drops or something like that. And only so everybody will be able to get one type thing, but there'll be different ones like ultra rare, common, just like over Veve. But he already started talking about opening it up to the market or to the public, which kind of screws over people who, you're kind of undermining the people that threw in a lot of money to support you to start off with without having anything to show for it. Okay. Now, with that said, here's what he's got. Let me show you this first. And I got to admit, it looks kind of good. And my thing's locking up. Let me see what's going on here. I can't get it to go down. But anyway, let's go over to here. Well, hold on. There it went. No, there it is. Okay. So here's what he's got. Okay. That's the different levels of the pass. Okay. And then you got the characters, Hello Kitty, Rugrats, Real Monsters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is what he claims to have. The Godfather, Star Trek, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Mean Girls. Well, Vivi's got Star Trek too, so I don't know if what's going on there with that. Maybe they got Generations, so maybe he's got Star Trek. But this is pretty cool. The sports, he's got collegiate sports, okay, and then that's it. So he's promising, whatever. He's starting off. I'm a Gator fan, so that's cool. But so a red flag for me is when you go back on something that you promised people to get them to invest. And so maybe they misunderstood them. Maybe I'm not getting the story right, but I did not like what I heard when it said that. It kind of made it weaker position to have owned the pass. And a lot of companies do that sometimes. Now, here's a sample of their college cards or moments, but let's take a look at it. And it looks pretty good. It's pretty cool looking. So if that's now I saw another video where they look like Top Shot moments. It almost like they're going to copy Top Shots, except it's going to be collegiate moments. And remember, college kids now can make money. So I don't know. We'll see what he can do. I do not have a pass. Um, I'm I'm tapped out on the sites. I'm going to until the future because uh, you just right now it's so saturated and it's only going to get worse. So this is, I think, the beginning where you're going to start seeing things fall to the side. You're going to start seeing who the real players are and who the pretenders are. The Gary V site Recur could be a player. I don't know yet. My mind's not made up. He's moved very quickly. That's a red flag. Um, it doesn't mean it's not going to work. I'm just saying that's uh, when you move fast like that, sometimes to try to be out in front, you can make a lot of mistakes. So time will tell. So I don't really have any decision on it. I know the people who invested in it are going to be the first and have the advantage of that, hopefully. And hopefully you don't get screwed over by them changing the rules on you about that pass and all that. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching and have a nice night.